This is Joe Pugh for IFLTV. We are here at Old Billingsgate Market, joined with Johnny Nelson. Johnny, I've been told by the man holding the camera that you've been ignoring him for the past 3 days.
I've not been ignoring him. I'm getting over the week of being in London, and what I'm like heartbroken. But then, you know, in admiration as well at the same time after Saturday night's fight.
Coogan was heartbroken that you didn't reply to his message, but there you go.
I know I'd see him today. I know what's wrong with him.
Right, we will get into Saturday night, but first I want to talk about the press conference that's going on behind us. Better Bivol, undisputed light heavyweight title fight. And yeah, what a fight. It speaks for itself, don't it?
Without a doubt. It's not a secret. Beterbiev the one that I'd lean towards. I think there's such a professional rivalry between these two. They won't trash talk each other at all. The competition's there. You've got the best fighting the best. Truly, all the belts are on the line. Any fighter coming through would look up to these two and aspire to be in either fighter's position. This is a fight that if you pick the winner, whoever wins, everybody will say, I knew he'd win. Nobody knows who's going to win. That's how tight this fight is. You can pick your favourite for every reason going, but nobody knows who's going to win. And this is why this fight is that fight that makes it's head and shoulders above all of the rest of them.
This fight is a big case of may not have happened as well without Riyadh Season and Turki Al-Sheikh.
Without a doubt, and regardless of what it sounds like or how it looks, you look at this fight, you look at what happened last week in London alone, you look at what Riyadh Season's done for boxing around the world. You've got to give respect where respect is due. I'm a fight fan. Don't talk to me about any political agenda. I'm a fight fan. And what they're doing is they're saying, this is what we're doing. You know, let us move forward. Let us show you who we are. Let us show you that we want to clean up your sport. If you're a fight fan, if you're a fighter, we are there for the longevity of your sport. And as an ex-fighter, I love seeing what I see. I love fighters coming out on the green, coming out comfortable and happy and healthy from our sport. Riyadh Season is giving that opportunity, and people seem to forget that. It's all right when they're all being entertained by two people smashing the hell out of each other, but you know when those fighters are finished and they've got nothing left and they ain't got a pot to piss in, you know, nobody cares. Riyadh Season is taking care at this moment in time of fighters that are boxing under that umbrella. To me, that's more important than anything.
Let's talk about Saturday. Before we actually talk about Anthony Joshua, how impressed were you with Daniel Dubois, the game plan, the power and everything? I've
got to give, first of all, I've got to give maximum respect to Don Charles. This guy is underrated, unappreciated. He's a very good coach, and he needed that fighter to stamp his authority, stamp his presence in our game. He's been around for a while, and I've always rated Don. So for what he's done with Daniel, and brought the best out in Daniel, because as I said, David Beckham won't be David Beckham without Alex Ferguson. So it takes two to tango, and I think Don has pulled the best out of Daniel. Now Daniel's performance was perfect. 27 years old. That style suits a young man. Came out Tyson-esque to say, I'm doing this no matter what. And I laugh and joke about it because it's from a term of endearment. He reminds me of Trigger out of Only Fools and Horses. He's no idea what's going on, but he just wants to get on with the job. He wants to get in there and get the job done. So you've got to smile to yourself, and you'll probably agree or not agree, or you'll laugh behind your hand. But I'm right. And so that attitude, that mentality, along with the heart and soul and power he showed, you know, he had it all down to a T, and I thought, got to respect the boy, because 96% of the people that were there believed Anthony Joshua was going to get the job done, and I was one of them. And I'm not ashamed to say so. And actually, after the fight, I went into Daniel's dressing room, and I knew I was going to get shit. I knew I was going to get all that shit. But you know what? If I say one fight is going to win or another, it doesn't mean I don't like the fight I'm going to not go against. It means I think he's going to win for a reason. So I went inside and said, boys, you did an amazing job. I think, boys, you know what? Well deserved. And yeah, Daniel's dad being Daniel's dad, he cussed out, started shouting. I said, calm down. I'm here, man. I've walked in your dressing room to say I got it wrong. Big respect. So just cool.
What did Stan say?
Nah, he was pissed that I picked AJ over his son. You know, so you gotta just cool the beast. He said, you're cool. It's all right, man. We're good. We're all right. Your boy did well. So come on, take the compliment. But you got to remember, see this man there, as in Don Charles, give respect where respect's due, because everybody's got to understand you ain't getting B without A. And I think Don did an amazing job, but of course Daniel did an amazing job. He stayed strong, he stayed focused, he wasn't intimidated, he did everything expected of him from his team, and it was only his team that believed in him. So anybody that says, I knew Daniel would win, are talking shit. You know, only very, very few people believed Daniel would win. Most people didn't think he'd go 6 rounds. So for what Daniel did, he that night, he said he believed he's a world champion. That night, not getting it through the post, that night, because he was the giant slayer, like he said.
Go to the other side of the coin. What went wrong for Anthony Joshua?
He left his artillery at home. That's it. And listen, it's not a secret. I expected AJ to win. It's not a secret that I've actually watched the fight once since the night of the fight, because I just felt gutted for him. But then the only person to blame is him. It's the only person to blame. Don't blame Ben. We're all going to look for this. It could be this, it could be that. He didn't look right coming into the ring. Anthony Joshua is a 34-year-old, a former 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. We've seen him box amazingly. We've seen him box terribly. You know, so he's been through all the experiences. For Saturday night, it's for when he should have been able to go in there and show what all that experience has got him. He didn't. He left it at home. Again, the question was, did he lose or did he get beat? It's easy to say he lost because he didn't perform to the best of his ability, but he had it. So therefore, he didn't use it. So he got beat. Daniel Dubois' focus, confidence, and everything about him, that lion attitude, is exactly what AJ should have had getting in there. Because he was the one fighting for the title. He was the one that's had all the experience, that should have been thinking like that, and he didn't. So the only person to blame is AJ. And that's it. So AJ has to look within himself to think, what do I keep getting wrong? And again, I've said it over and over again, when he has the confidence to match his ability, he'll be 45, 50 years old. When he's 45 and 50 years old, his body will be 45 and 50 years old, which will be too late then. So that'd be the problem. My advice, I wouldn't say AJ needs to retire, but if I was AJ, I would, because I'm thinking, why do I keep making this mistake? Why shouldn't we be making this mistake? I know it all, I've done it all. He preaches amazingly and tells people about self-belief and confidence and believing in yourself. And he said it often and often. I'm thinking, the only person, after Saturday night, the only person that's actually not believing in that is you. Because we've seen him box better than that, and he knows he has. He's like, oh, damn, we rolled the dice. Nah, man, you left your tools at home. You know, so to me, AJ needs to think to himself, there's something about my psyche, there's something about my build-up, something about my head that some days I can put on sometimes I can put on 2-3 great performances than I put a performance on that I did back in yesteryear. You know, so this is an AJ problem, and this is an AJ problem that I don't think will be fixed, because now if he decides to box on, he's going to be in a position where people are like, which AJ is going to turn up? And at this level, I didn't like seeing him get knocked out the way he did. I didn't like it. You know, I felt sick for the boy. And so if I was his parents, I was with his family, I'd worry about it. And I understand he's a lion, he's a warrior. But come on, man. You know, seeing that broke my heart, and I'm like, nah, man, you can't go out like that. But you can see it happening again, because you see performances, you think, why can't you do that again today? Was it the fact that he'd come up against his first live young lion coming at him since Dylan White 2015? Was it that? Or was it the fact that sometimes he just leaves that warrior in the dressing room and thinks he can walk through it like it's a walk in the park? Can't afford to be making mistakes at this stage, especially Saturday night.
Well, it looks like AJ will box on from his social media post that he put out and what we've heard from Eddie Hearn.
Let the dust settle. Let the dust settle. You know, listen, I understand from a business point of view, of course he's going to do it because he'll get paid a shitload of money for it. But then he's worth a shitload of money. So in reality, you've got to think to yourself, how much money do I need? In reality, you've got to be real with yourself. Be real with yourself and think, well, what difference can I make? And listen, if it's about the dollars, I get it. I totally get it. But it's just from the outside looking in, I'm not in that position. So from the outside looking in, I'm like, are you going to get your head around this?
Should AJ choose to fight on again, once the dust is settled, like you said, Johnny, should he activate the rematch clause if there is one?
If I know there's somebody in my manner that's got the better of me, I've got to right that wrong, Otherwise, I'm never going to believe I'm top dog again. So if he activates his soul he's going to activate it. Because he can't box everybody else and not him. He can't. Because how are you going to believe in yourself to believe I'm going to be the best in the world? But this guy lives on your manor, and he's done you. It's like boxing in Britain and then going to fight for the world title to say I'm the best fighter in the world, but I'm just not fighting him. So he's got to do it just for him alone.
Last one. Will we ever see Fury AJ after last week? It seems further away than it was on Friday night.
That will always be a big fight, no matter what. And let's just not forget, boxing, especially in Britain, is so big because of Anthony Joshua. 96,000 people at Wembley. Daniel Dubois box again, he'll do 20,000 at the O2. Anthony Joshua. So even Fury, the money that's being pulled in, the attention that's being, because of Anthony Joshua. So you don't forget about what this guy has done for boxing around the world. He has commercially lifted us to a level. But the experience that he's got, look what he's done. Will we see the fight with him and Fury? Depends on a couple of things. One, depends on how Fury does against Usyk on the 21st of December. Two, depends on where AJ's head is at the time. It's still in the balance, 50-50. It can happen. Will it happen? There's every reason why it won't, and there's every reason why it will.
Johnny Nelson, thank you very much. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, man, I'm good, baby.
You get 96 people to your fights.
Well, that was it. That was it. What? That was a world title fight as well. You know what? You've got Coogan holding the camera for you. I like this. He's your biatch.
I don't know about that. We're all equals here at IFL.
Oh, you're equal. But he's driving around in a 120 grand car. What's your car? Yeah, man, look at the boss.
Fucking 120 grand.
It's a 165 bus, mate.
Yeah, you see, there's not equal. There's equal and there's equal.
Johnny, thank you very much,
Nice
bro.
one.
Cheers.
Beautiful.